In this video, we'll be covering what variants are and how you can start using them in your designs. Hey, what's up? I'm Mark Terribellini, and I'm all about achieving financial independence through real estate investing and online business. So if you're new to the channel and you're looking to achieve financial freedom for yourself, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below. It really does help me out, and I'll keep cranking out these videos. So in a previous video, I introduced components, and what components are basically design elements that are used across multiple pages. And what's special about them is instead of creating, let's say, a button on one page and then creating another button on another page and doing it over and over and over again, you can create one button and just copy that button to the rest of the pages. And if you need to make a change to that button, you don't have to go through and change all of them. You can just change the original component and it'll update the rest of them for you. So make things a lot easier. Variants are component combinations that we can group together as a single component set. To make this a little easier to understand, I'm going to go through a few examples here so you get a better idea how this works. So let's look at the screen here. So right here, I have a few elements, and these are all, there's no groups or anything, it's just shapes and text, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is come in here and start grouping things. So I'll just go ahead and group this. I'm going to call this button. I'm going to group this. I'm hitting Command G when I do this. Command G to group it on a Mac. And this is a toggle. And then here, this is kind of like a message here. So we'll group that. So I have all those grouped. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn them into a component. So this button here, I'm going to right click, and there's also the shorthand here, create component. So there's a component there. I'll do the same for these ones. Create component and create component. Now, let's say I want slight variations of these. And what you can do is just highlight it. And over on the right-hand side here, you can see this variant here. So you just click the plus button here, and then it pops out another one there, just like that. And what you can do is you can make changes to this button now. First of all, you probably want to name them. So go ahead and select the first one, which would be default, and let's just call this orange for now. Orange button. Let's just call it orange. And then let's say we want this one to be, let's say when you hover over it, you want it to be maybe a darker color orange. So we can just come in here and dark orange, something like that. And what you can do is you can actually select that rectangle and come in here and change the color a little bit. Maybe something like that. Okay. Now we'll circle back to this, to how this can be helpful. But let's go ahead and do the same thing for this guy here. So let's select that and create a variant. And let's go ahead and name these as well. Let's do off, and we'll do this one on. Make sure to leave the property here. Just change the variant name here that I have highlighted. We'll name this on. Okay, we'll leave that. Actually, we'll change this here. So we can come in here and actually change things around. So I can move this to the other side over here, and I can make this a green color or something like that. Kind of something like that. Okay. And we'll come down here, we'll do the same with this guy. So we'll create a variant for this one. And we'll go ahead and change things around in here in this one too. So we'll make it, let's say it's a warning message. So we'll make it orange. Oops. And we'll change the text color as well. And the actual text too. So we can say warning. Message did not send. Okay. You can center those. Change the text color. Okay. And you can make multiple variants. So you can't just, there's not just two, you're not limited to two. You can create as many as you want. Like you can create more buttons. We can create, let's make like one that's like a disabled button. Do that as well. Just go in and make this variant 3 disabled. So yeah, you can make these as large as you need to. Okay, so what you can do with this is, let's say you want to make like a prototype. you can grab one of the buttons here. We'll say the orange button. We'll copy it over. And when I do that, I hold down Option and just kind of drag it over. So let's make a little prototype. Let's do a prototype for all these. So let's grab each one and do the off property, Option, drag it over. And then same with this guy. Let's change this to success. And did I name this one? Let's see, no, okay, warning. Okay, so we'll drag success out as well. Okay. Now what you can do is go over to the right-hand side here and see it says prototype. So you click on that. You can do things with these buttons here. So we're going to go ahead and make an interaction on this guy. And we'll make it so when you, while hovering, change to, we're going to change it to dark orange. Okay. We'll go to this guy, same thing, interaction. And we'll do, yeah, on tap, we'll change to, there you go, change the property. And we'll do the same thing down here, do an interaction. This one we'll do tap and change to warning. Okay, so those are all set, and what we can do from there is basically hit this little play button here, and it'll pop up on a screen. Okay, so now, see how when I hover over that, it changes to the darker orange color. When I come over here, when I click this, it goes over like that. And then when I click here, it changes to the warning message. So it's a great way to group elements together. So like, you don't have to have all these variants kind of around randomly. You can group them in a way where you know that they're all related. And it just makes it a lot easier when you're designing your site. You can create, you know, all these little variations, like maybe when you hover, there's like a little icon that shows up, or the color changes, or, you know, there's a message change, or, you know, any of these like slight variations. Variants are a great way to do it. Instead of creating like new components for everything, it kind of creates it for you, but it groups them all together and keeps them, you know, in a set. So it's a lot easier to organize and keep track of everything. So I highly recommend you utilize this functionality in Figma when you're building out your sites, because this makes things a lot easier, like I was saying. So I just want to give a quick introduction of what variants are and how you can use them for yourself. And if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.